You have to go be the things that you want. Stop looking for someone to come save you and save yourself. If you're hanging out with some amazing people, but the content you consume is all gossip or low vibration, you really can't expect to feel great about what you're doing. If you're saying I don't have time, you really just don't want to do it. Here is my honest opinion, and it's a little curt. I'm going to give you the little Lauryn Bosstick protocol to wake up tomorrow and change your day. Today, we are bringing Instagram stories to the show. So I do this sort of like feature on Instagram stories. I probably do it once a month, and it's called Dear Lauryn. And basically, it's where you guys ask me any life advice, and I give you no bullshit answers. So I thought this would be a fun way to like extend what I do on stories. So you guys have actually asked me these questions. These are from you. I'm not going to say anyone's names in case they want them anonymous. The first question is, how do you make time for sex with 2 kids and a huge career? I am a big believer, and I'm someone who loves thinking about time in the fact that you make time for what's important to you. So sex is important to me. I prioritize my marriage. I prioritize sex. And I think something that helps sort of give me time to make sure that this happens is I have really purposeful, thoughtful boundaries around my phone. So recently, I have just sort of eliminated TikTok. The only time I go on there is to post. So I'm not just sitting consuming content and scrolling. And then with Instagram, I don't watch stories. So this simple practice gives me a lot of extra time. So my advice to you is, if you feel like you don't have time to have sex with your partner, is I would start examining where you're using time passively. If you're sitting on Instagram scrolling for an hour a day, that's time and effort that could be put into your marriage or your relationship or sex. I just feel like if you're saying I don't have time, you really just don't want to do it. And that's something that I feel like everyone just needs to like take a hard look in the mirror. And listen, I've done this too. I'm like, I don't have time to blank. And then I really inspect my day and inspect my week and inspect my month. And I'm like, wait, I do have time. I just need to be more thoughtful with it. So sex to me has always been really important. It's been important since I started having it. I love having sex. And I also love having sex with my husband. So I think it's not like we're scheduling it in the calendar, but I just try not to waste time, which opens up more time. And I'm not perfect with this. I don't want to sound like a know-it-all. This is just like the real answer. I value my time more than anything. And ultimately, my marriage is sort of like the foundation for everything. It's the foundation for my business. It's the foundation for my family, my kids. It's so important to me, and it's so sacred. And I think a big element of a relationship, most relationships, is sex. And, I also want to make my husband happy. And that's important to me. I don't know how we got to a place where people can't say that. Like, I am someone who's very traditional in a marriage in the sense that I want to be courted. I want to be desired. I want to be feminine in my marriage. I'm very masculine in a lot of ways. So being feminine in that energy in my marriage at home, in my simpler life in Austin, is very important to me. At home, I'm a homemaker. I'm a mother. I want to curate a really pretty, household for my husband. I want candles, and I want him to feel good when he comes home. I want music playing. And I just think that sex is an important element. So that is how I make time for sex. I always will make time for sex, hopefully. Next question. Dear Lauryn, how do I organize my life? Day by day, hour by hour. I think this is so situational. I don't know that I'm the right person to answer this for someone's life I know nothing about, but I can tell you what I do for myself and what's worked. And I can tell you that I have spent a lot of time thinking and studying and researching and reading about time. It's truly, and I know I say this in every episode, but that's because it's something that I think literally is running every single aspect of your life. I never want to get to a place where I don't make time for what's really important. So what I've done with my own time is I wrote down the 5 most important things to me. And those are in my calendar every single month, every single week, every single day. And I build around those 5 things. I think what happens to a lot of people is they will start with the fluff and the sprinkles and the cherry, and they don't put the cake on their calendar first. So the cake is like what's most important to you. And you can write down those top 5 things. They don't have to be in order. So I wrote down mine for you guys just to inspire you. And something that is like almost number 1, because I think your health is so important, is working out. I have to work out. I want to move my body every single day. It's a non-negotiable. I don't care how busy I am. Today, I'm truly packing 4 days into one. Ed Milet taught me how to do this, and we'll talk about that, where you pack 4 days of work into one day, but I still make it a point to work out. Now, this looks different all the time. My other priority that's obviously on my list, it's probably on a lot of your lists, is family. So that's something that's in my calendar. Again, we're not putting sex on the calendar, but we have like family time on the calendar. The next one is creative and writing time. This is a non-negotiable. It's something that I try to do at least 3 times a week. It will be under writing time or under creative time. So I have different colors for different things. The creative is in like a flamingo pink, and then the writing time is in a blue, and it's a block on my calendar that signals to my incredible executive assistant that I'm busy, and it's a block, and don't schedule anything during these sacred hours. What a lot of people do, I think, is they give their assistant carte blanche to schedule all over their calendar, and they end up almost resentful of it, when what they could do is they could go build out the infrastructure of their calendar with setting their calendar on their own terms, and then the assistant or you builds around that infrastructure. The next thing is still time. I have still time in my calendar. What this looks like is it's categorized. So I have meditating. I don't hit it every day. I try. And I like squeeze meditation in where I can. Gabrielle Bernstein taught me this. Meditation can be 5 minutes. Meditation can be a 10-minute walk. It doesn't have to be so serious and huge. I try to meditate the first thing when I wake up, because this sort of sets the tone of everything, but also I feel my kids are asleep and it's just a great way to get it in, and I'm not going to procrastinate it. If I don't do it first thing in the morning, what I'll do is I'll take a walk somewhere in the day, 15 minutes to myself, and do a walking meditation. So I try to make that work for me. I have reading time in my calendar. Reading time is typically at the end of the day. So I will actually put in my calendar, read. And people might be like, you're psychotic, but I can tell you that every single night since I've put that in, I read. And I'm always a big reader, but having it in the calendar, I don't know, there's something about it that makes it a priority. And I always end my night with my Kindle. So this is like a really good one to build around. That's a non-negotiable for me. Walking is in my calendar, and typically walking is during conference calls for me or doing something else. So walking meditation, walking podcast, you can sort of make it up, but that is in my calendar every day. My walking blocks are in yellow. I'm getting real detailed with you guys because I want this to inspire someone that maybe doesn't feel motivated or doesn't know where to start. I also have free space in my calendar. And this is just a block. It's a block in red that says block. Sometimes I will go to the foot spa for 2 hours and work on my phone during that block. Sometimes I'll take my daughter to the park. Sometimes I will literally just hang out with my kids and, I don't know, just chill, relax. Today we were doing this like freeze dance on Spotify that you guys have to try if you have kids. It's so cute. But I had some free space and it was awesome. I have cold plunge sauna in my calendar, so it's scheduled throughout the week. That's something that's so important to me. And again, this falls into still time. Your still time could be different than mine. And then I'll have a podcast like on each day that I like to listen to. So I'll screenshot a podcast that I really want to listen to, and I'll try to put it on my day of where I'm listening to it. You guys, again, are maybe going to think I'm nuts, but I have driving time in my calendar because I'm someone that's really trying to be on time in this moment. And I think having the driving time in my calendar has helped to keep me on track. So if I have to drive somewhere and it's 15 minutes, I'll schedule 30 minutes with Katie, who helps me with my calendar. And that's in red. And during that driving time, you could just add what podcast you're listening to. And then my other thing, my fifth most important thing to me is my career. And obviously that's in my calendar. Usually that entails conference calls, meetings, behind the scenes stuff, product development, and a lot of show time. So if I'm recording a show, that's obviously in the calendar. Everything else is fixings, stuffing, gravy, cranberry sauce. It's all built around that. And to be honest with you, this gives me a compass of what to say no to. So let me give you an example. If someone comes into town to Austin and they're like, maybe I don't know them very well. Maybe they've been on the show once or twice and they want to do dinner. And I look at my calendar that has my turkey and my meat and potatoes and it just doesn't work. I'm going to say no. I'm also going to say no if it's not worth being away from my children. Like, I think that, because my career is such a big player right now in my life, that I'm in this season where I need to make sure that my children are equal to that. And if it's an event or a party that's going to take away from my career or my kids or working out or my still time, it's just not worth it to me. And I've gotten brutal with it. Like, I cannot tell you guys how many times, there's been some amazing parties or events, and I think about it and I'm just like, you know what? This is not worth it to me. And I'll say no. And I'm okay with that. I'm good. You can't do it all at once. You know what I mean? One thing that I do not mess around with is a probiotic. I take a probiotic every single morning. I wake up, I scrape my tongue, I open the shades, I go downstairs, I have my electrolyte water and I drink it with a probiotic. And the probiotic that I've been taking forever that I cannot shut up about is Just Thrive Probiotic. This is one of the only probiotics that survives the trip to the gut. We have interviewed so many different experts and so many of them have recommended a good probiotic, and not all probiotics are the same. That's really important to note, which is why I like this one, because it really is superior. And a probiotic does all the things. Whether you want to lose weight, improve your energy, or beat an embarrassing post-meal bloat, it's got you covered. I also notice it's just really great for digestion. That's why I like it first thing in the morning. They also have a flavored gummy that my kids love. They scream for this gummy. It's so good. I try the gummy all the time, but I go back to the capsules. So what I would do if you have kids is grab the gummy, and then if you're an adult, definitely try the capsules. I do 2 every single morning. You can visit justthrivehealth.com and use code skinny90 for 20% off your first 90-day bottle. That is like getting a month for free. That's justthrivehealth.com, promo code skinny90. That's justthrivehealth.com, promo code skinny90. Here is to your best health with Just Thrive.
Let's take a quick break to talk about domain money. Guys, it's officially the new year and we talk all the time about not just setting goals, but actually turning them into reality. This is why I'm so excited to tell you about Domain Money. What Domain Money does is has a team of experts that don't just give you generic advice for what to do with your money. They actually help you build clear, actionable plans to help create the life that you want to lead. So much of the stress that we experience in life is due to our personal finances. We don't know how to save money. We don't know how to invest money. We don't know how to keep money. And this causes unnecessary burdens that we carry with us throughout our lives, throughout our days, into our families and everywhere else we want to be productive. What I personally love about Domain Money is they help you get all of the answers to your burning money questions and help you feel confident that you're doing all the smartest things to build wealth. Finally, you can know exactly what it'll take to retire early, pay less in taxes, afford the new home that you're looking for, and be on track to accomplish all of your other big money goals. No more having to talk to your dad's financial planner and sitting there not knowing what the hell he's talking about, trying to do it all on your own and just being lost and completely in the dark. I know before I personally understood personal finance, I was constantly stressed about money. And ever since I figured it out and got expert advice, I have so much less stress in my life and my financial health has gotten so much better. So check them out. For a limited time, Domain Money is offering listeners of this show a free 30-minute strategy session. Yes, free. There's no reason why you shouldn't do this. Get ahead with expert financial planning designed for you and the life you want to lead. Head to domainmoney.com/him and her to book a free strategy session now. That's domainmoney.com/him and her to book a session now. We are not Domain Money clients and receive cash compensation for this endorsement, therefore have an incentive to promote Domain Money. I personally love talking about personal finance. I know that turns some people off or some people zone out, and that's largely because it's a source of stress for many people. They don't understand money. They don't know how to keep money. They don't know how to invest money, and we're never taught about it in school. This is why Lauryn and I love talking about YNAB so much. You put so much time and effort into earning money, and you deserve to spend it without stress or second guessing. YNAB, spelled YNAB, is a life-changing app that helps you do what you want with the money you have. You'll create a flexible plan for your money through the simple practice of giving every dollar a job, keeping you focused on the life you want. So whether you're looking to cover your mortgage and fund your 401k without sacrificing dinners with friends, or take that long-awaited trip to Greece or Italy or wherever you've been looking to go, with YNAB, you'll stop wondering where your money goes and start deciding where it will take you. 92% of users report feeling less money stress since using YNAB, and the average YNAB user saves $600 in their first 2 months and $6,000 in their first year. Imagine what you could do with an extra $600 in 2 months, or even $6,000 in 1 year. These are big savings, and all it takes is just understanding your money a little bit more and having a tool to help you do so. Listen, guys, life is short. Spend it with YNAB. Of course, we have an incredible offer for our listeners and viewers. TSC Him and Her Show listeners can claim an exclusive 3-month free trial with no credit card required at www.ynab.com/skinny. Again, you get a 3-month free trial at www.ynab.com/skinny.
I love this question because it's one that's asked every single time I do a Dear Lauryn. Dear Lauryn, how to attract the right men / relationship? I'm telling you, every single time I do one of these, I get this question. Here is my honest opinion, and it's a little curt. I don't believe in manifesting the right guy or finding the right relationship. I believe on working on your own garden and working on your own shit. And if you want someone who's witty and charismatic and funny and well-read and this business person and makes a ton of money, I think you should go be that, and that attracts it. So if I was single right now at this minute, I would go work on myself, work on my own shit, work on my own just life foundation. And I think that that's what attracts. I don't think it's making a list and putting it out there into the ether and then waiting for someone like Prince Charming that has all the qualities that you want to come to you. I find that to be like ordering a sandwich, right? I would not order a sandwich on a dating app when I'm not all of those things, right? So my 3 qualities that I looked for before I found Michael are the same that they are today. And I think 3 qualities is a good way to start. Pick the 3 qualities that you're looking for and then go be that. So the qualities for me were someone who is very interesting and interested. That was important. So I went and I got interesting and interested. So I started reading everything I could consume. This is maybe a couple years before Michael. That was so important to me. I wanted someone that I could sit at a table with and play ping pong with mentally. I need someone that I can go back and forth with. Taylor, my producer, he's here with me right now. He's known me since I was 12. Taylor's so good at ping pong. Sorry, Taylor, we never hooked up in middle school, but I'm attracted to, in friends and relationships, someone I can play mental ping pong with. So that, to me, you got to be interesting and interested. My next one was integrity. I want someone who has a lot of integrity. That's important to me. It's important in a partner. That I wanted someone who's consistent with that integrity. So, one day they're not going to flip-flop. So again, I went and I seriously read books on character development and human nature And I still do it to this day. I still work on being all the qualities that I want in my husband, in myself. And then the third thing for me, and this one's really important, is I wanted someone in on the joke who's funny and witty and doesn't take themselves so seriously. And, I think that I've really never taken myself so seriously. I've tried not to. I've tried to be in on the joke. So that one was a little bit more natural, but it was something that I still, even to this day, like I still work on because I want that in a partner. I want that in a friendship. I want my kids to see that. And so it's like you have to go be the things that you want. Stop looking for someone to come save you and save yourself. That's my advice. Channel the energy of attracting the right guy into refining your own unique qualities. Go work on whatever you're looking to attract.
The Farmer's Dog makes feeding real healthy dog food easy and convenient, and your dog will absolutely love it. Lauren and I have been using the Farmer's Dog for our dogs for years now, and we've noticed such a drastic change in their happiness, their coats, everything. And that is because this is real food, human grade, pre-portioned meals that are personalized for your dog's need, which makes it simple to help your dog reach and maintain a healthy weight. If you've ever thought about making the switch, now is the time. Again, we spend so much time on this show talking about what we should feed ourselves, what supplements to take, how to take care of ourselves as humans, and not nearly enough time talking about how to take care of the pets that love us unconditionally, our dogs. What makes the Farmer's Dog so different is that food from the Farmer's Dog is developed by on-staff board-certified vets and veterinary nutritionists to be complete and balanced. It's made from human-grade real meat and veggies that are gently cooked with the safety and quality standards of human food. Even the best traditional dry and wet dog food options are highly processed, and because pet food is loosely regulated, can use much lower quality ingredients than they claim to. Who doesn't want to feed their dog healthier options, give them more life, more longevity, less visits to the vet? Well, the Farmer's Dog can help you do so. The Farmer's Dog is nutritionally complete for all life stages, including puppies. It's just real healthy food designed to meet their unique nutritional needs. It doesn't matter if your dog is young or old. It's always the right time to begin investing in their health. We have an incredible offer for this audience. Get 50% off your first box of fresh, healthy food at thefarmersdog.com/skinny. Plus you get free shipping. Just go to thefarmersdog.com/skinny to get 50% off. That's thefarmersdog.com/skinny. Quick break to talk about proper hydration. The myth of drinking 8 glasses of water per day is done. It's a myth. It doesn't work. You need to actually properly hydrate with a proper electrolyte ratio, which is why Lauren and I love talking about Element so much. Element is a zero sugar electrolyte drink mix and sparkling electrolyte water born from the growing body of research revealing that optimal health outcomes occur at sodium levels 2 to 3 times government recommendations. No surprise there. Each stick pack delivers a meaningful dose of electrolyte free of sugar, artificial colors, or other dodgy ingredients. An Element is formulated for anyone on a mission to restore health through hydration and is perfectly suited for athletes, folks who are fasting, or those following keto, low carb, whole food, or paleo diets. Lauren and I have been taking Element for years. We take it every single time we work out, when we know we're going to drum up a sweat, after a sauna, anytime we feel we're going to be depleting our hydration levels. If you're somebody that gets headaches, or you feel slow in the day, or you feel a little bit of brain fog, it's likely because you're dehydrated, and drinking water is simply not enough. So like I said, they come in these individualized travel packets that you can travel with easily, that you can take to the office, that you can have on the go. All you need to do is add it to water or whatever beverage you're drinking, and it'll give your body a chance to hydrate in the most optimal way. Everyone from Olympic athletes, businessmen, businesswomen, health experts, leaders, everyday people are taking Element, and it's because they're seeing real results. Of course, right now, Element is offering a free sample pack with any purchase. That's 8 single serving packets free with any Element orders. This is a great way to try all 8 flavors or share Element with a friend. Get yours at drinkelement.com/skinny. This deal is only available through our link. You must go to drinklmnt.com/skinny. Again, try it totally risk-free. If you don't like it, we'll refund your order. No questions asked, very low return rate, and high reorder rate. Again, drinkelement.com/skinny.
Dear Lauren, how do I change my life tomorrow? I'm going to give you the little Lauryn Bosstick protocol to wake up tomorrow and change your day. We just had Mel Robbins on the show, and she talks about the 5-second rule, which is a great basis to give you. Go read about that before you listen to what I'm going to say. Because when you read about her 5-second rule, all of this will sort of fall into place. So the first thing I would do if I wanted to change my life tomorrow is I would wake up and I would earn the day. I've been talking about earn the day a lot. Earning the day is waking up in the morning and earning it, earning the whole day, earning whatever you're going to do. And I'm big on this. Okay. So what I like to do is I like to take a walk. Maybe I'll put on a walking meditation. I get some sunlight in my eyes, maybe listening to an inspiring podcast. Ed Milet's great. Mel Robbins, Melissa Wood Health. And then what I feel this does is because I'm listening to these really high performing, incredible, multifaceted people, is it gets me around the people who are moving and shaking. And it's also like the 5 people that you're around. It's like, what content are you consuming too? Because the content that you're consuming is almost just as important to me as to who I'm hanging out with. So if you're hanging out with some amazing people, but the content you consume is all gossip or low vibration, I would expect that you would feel like you're on a seesaw. I think the best thing to do is, like, when you're listening or watching content, is to sort of be so self-aware that you watch yourself of what you're consuming. I'll sometimes like take myself like out of body and be like, wait, what am I doing? Why am I doing this right now? So I think with content, like, monitor who you're consuming, get around the right people. Okay. The other thing I would do is I would lift weights. And that's what I would really do if I wanted to change my life tomorrow. I would lift weights. That gets my serotonin and dopamine going. It makes you feel good, move your body, have some electrolytes. And I would plan my day. And you could just start with one day. I'm not going to overwhelm you, like a strategist. Okay. You're setting systems. You're not setting goals. So you could write down your goals, fine. But what are the systems you're taking to get there? If you want to write a book, that week to me would consist of, okay, on Monday, I am going to start looking into literary agents. On Tuesday, I'm going to start crafting the chapters of the book. On Wednesday, I'm going to start thinking about the proposal and conceptualizing it. On Thursday, I'm going to start writing the first page of the proposal. On Friday, I'm going to write the second page. This is how successful people do it. People are like, there's huge, amazing people that have come on our podcast. And I can tell you across the board, the common denominator of success is people that put in the reps in a small way. It's not people that said, I'm going to write a book and wrote it all on a Monday. That's not the way it works. It's someone who took it bite by bite, put in the reps every single day, and eventually that became the book. And I think that I apply that theory to everything. I know that if I go to the gym tomorrow and I lift weights, I'm not going to have the body of my dreams the day after. That's not the way it works. I know it's going to take probably a year to a year and a half to work to get the body of my dreams. That's just the way it is. It takes time, it's reps, it's slow little things that add up. That is the way you reach success, and anyone can do it. It's literally that simple of a formula. And then I would also examine where there's energy givers and energy drainers. So if something's draining your energy, stop doing it. If someone is draining your energy, eliminate being around them so much. I'm not saying stop being around them, because sometimes you have to, but sort of arm's length them. Just kind of make it as minimal as possible. Less phone, definitely less phone. The phone is not going to make you feel better. We all know that. And more execution. I would end the day with reading. I would meditate to relax my nervous system. And ultimately, I would take accountability. I would stop blaming everyone else. I would start realizing that it's your life. You have one life and you're in charge of it. And your thoughts are predicting your future, and you can create the life of your dreams. But you have to do it. And I think that's how I would start my day tomorrow if I wanted to change my whole life. If you guys like these Dear Lauryn questions, then I think I'm going to open it up to everyone. Tell me on my latest post your Dear Lauryn question, and then I will read your Instagram handle and share your question on the next episode of this. So go to Lauryn Bosstick and ask me anything. I love answering your questions, and I hope this episode inspired you. Thanks, Taylor. That's a wrap.